Hey guys, it's Ryan here from Horror Hive, coming to you again to give 6 more fun facts about all things horror. Now, we all know that the entire story of the Amityville horror is riddled with controversy and contradictions, so we're just going to try and stick to the facts here. We know that in 1974 in Amityville, New York, Ronald DeFeo murdered his entire family as they slept in their beds. We also know that a year later, George and Kathy Lutz, well aware of the history, bought the home at a fraction of the price. Almost everything else after it is up in the air, so I'm going to stick to the facts about the making of the 1979 movie and maybe some other stuff that can be proven true. And don't get me started on that 2005 remake. I mean, when you take creative liberty with creative liberties that were also taken from creative liberties made by a novelist that didn't even experience anything he wrote, then you have one mess of a remake. A remake that seems to be more on par with every other new horror movie, what with jump scares every 5 minutes. I mean, if you really examine the 2005 movie... Shut up! Okay, well, here's 6 fun facts about the original Amityville horror. The mysterious Red Room, a supposedly hidden space underneath the basement stairs that was also implied in the book to be a portal to hell, was actually not so hidden. On an episode of That's Incredible in 1977, the new owners of the home revealed the room to be nothing more than a closet with no enormous well, contrary to what was stated in the book. On another segment of That's Incredible in 1980, Patty Camarado, an old friend of one of the murdered DeFeo children, stated that she and the other kids would store toys and sometimes even play in the room. So, no, the real George Lutz never actually fell through the stairs and into what can crudely be described as Hell's Anus. Speaking of the Red Room, when it's first discovered in the movie, George catches a glimpse of Ronald DeFeo, appearing like the second coming of Jesus or something. The book mentions how similar George and Ron look, so the filmmakers needed to find someone who resembled James Brolin. It turned out that James's brother bore a striking resemblance to his more famous sibling, so they stuck a beard on him and cast him as the resurrection of Ronald DeFeo. Another allegedly true story is one involving the property upon which the famed house sits. Supposedly it once belonged to a Shinnecock tribe of Native Americans who built a home for the sick and insane on the premises. This has been proven on more than one occasion to be totally false. While we're on the subject of the property's seedy past, I figure it would be a good time to also mention that there were never any satanic rituals held, nor was there an evil John Ketchum driven out of Salem for practicing witchcraft. Purportedly there was a man by the name of John Ketchum, but there isn't a whole lot of evidence to prove that he even existed. He's more than likely just a byproduct of the book and movie that took on a life of its own thanks to the sensationalistic media that's more interested in selling stories and making money than reporting concrete facts. But one thing is for sure, John Ketchum didn't spend most of his time writing silly messages with refrigerator magnets. Due in part to the success of the novel as well as the movie, the famous murder house at 112 Ocean Avenue has become a popular tourist attraction in Amityville, New York. So to deter visitors, the new owners of the home changed the iconic eye-like windows to square-shaped ones. They also changed the address from 112 Ocean Avenue to the totally inconspicuous 108 Ocean Avenue. The current residents, as well as the entire town, have become overrun by gawkers and don't take too kindly to people poking around. The people of Amityville suggest that you view the home on the internet instead of in person. Although the allegedly true story was told convincingly by the Lutz family, the movie's principal actors, James Brolin, Margot Kidder, and Rod Steiger, didn't believe it. Unlike Ryan Reynolds and Melissa George, the stars of the remake, who were more believing in the supernatural, but that could have just been part of their whole marketing strategy, so I'll give it a pass. I just think it's funny to watch James Brolin squirm in an interview when he's asked about it in front of the Lutzes.
Do you believe them?
Do I? Yeah, when I'm sitting here with them, yes, I do. And I've watched George, and I've watched, you've been an actor, David, and you kind of know how to watch for telltale signs when you're doing research and watching to people, and we also... Well, you get an insight, and I can't say that looking over the story, I believe the book as it's presented totally.
The person whose side of the story came under the most scrutiny was the priest, Father Pecoraro, not seen here, shrouded in mystery on an episode of In Search Of. He stated that he arrived to bless the Lutz's new home and was overran by flies and driven from the house by an evil, booming voice, similar to what was portrayed in the movie. On another occasion, he stated that he only talked to the family over the phone, but on another occasion contradicted himself by saying he blessed the house without incident. we're going on 40 years now, and the true story of what really happened in Amityville is still shrouded in mystery, and that doesn't seem to be changing anytime soon. I guess we'll never... What was that? Is that you, Jody? You pig-footed bastard? Nosferatu. Say, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.